But isn't the reason why you have like retirement money is so that you can like retire comfortably without thinking that you may have to go back into the workforce?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen up for a second. I'm going to take the role to get the people who just came in. So, Phoebe asked a question, and the question was this. What are you going to do in retirement with all your extra money? Is that what it was?
Since you have all this extra money, why are you still working?
Okay, so Phoebe asked me this.
And when do you plan?
Why am I still working if I have additional income coming in? Well, every wealthy person knows that you shouldn't get rid of an income source until you have replaced that income source at 200%. 150 to 200%. So, for example, my passive income should equal 200% of my active income. So everything that I'm working for right now, everything that I'm making right now, I should have passive income at a rate of 200% above what my active income salary is. When am I going to retire?
65.
Wow.
Probably in a year from now.
Oh, I see you.
Probably a year from now.
Wait, so I have a question.
So here's the deal. So my mom, she worked until my mom bought houses, she bought real estate, I bought houses, I've invested in the stock market, and because I've done things in a different way, it allows me to have a better life. I have problems. I have money problems. I got people not paying me their rent sometimes. That's a money problem. And I'm knocking on their door. Where's the rent? I don't have problems paying my bills. Sometimes I have problems people paying me. Yes?
The market watch thing at the game is not working.
Okay.
It costs money.
So, you may have to,
You have to sign in with an account.
you have to sign in with your account.
Yeah, no, but you in the Wall Street Journal.
Say it again?
It takes you to the Wall Street Journal.
I can't hear you.
It takes
It
you
takes
to
you
the wall.
to the Wall Street Journal, and then there's nothing there.
You're working fine.
Okay.
No, but yeah, I can't get logged in.
Okay, so any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? But here's the deal. As I mentioned before, you can choose wealth or you can choose something else. There's nothing wrong with, I have two sisters who chose something else. Yes?
So are you like, for your retirement, are you going with like the way the government structures it, where it's like at like 70 or like whatever, like a certain age?
65.
No.
Well, there's like in terms of like,
So I'm not worried about my Social Security, which I will get. I'm not worried about my DC salary, which I'm not saying I'm not going to take it. But my retirement is secured by me. My income is secured by me. It's not by the fact that I work at the DC government. The DC government has provided me with cash, and I took that cash and I invested it. And that investment turned into more money. And then that money turned into more money. And then my investments have babies. And then those babies have babies. And so now my investments are growing.
capitalism.
Any other questions?
Do you how many failed investments have you had? Recently? Not because I know when you just started, you'll have a lot of mistakes. But recently, is it that unpredictable?
So the stock market, the reason why I want you all to get into the stock market, number one, because black and brown people don't go there. They're probably the lowest rate of investment. The reason why I encourage young women to invest in the stock market is they're better investors than young men. Young women are better business owners and entrepreneurs than men. And the reason why I encourage that is because, and then the fastest growing population are people of Hispanic descent starting businesses. The reason why I encourage that is because your life will be different. Your life will be different if you invest in VOO, VTI, which are ticker symbols that represent groups of companies. All right, any other questions? What was your question? So when I started investing, I had $25,000. And I was like, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to invest it in the stock market. I love the stock market. I started reading about the stock market when I was about your age, a little before. I invested at a time that was probably the worst time to invest, and I lost almost everything. I lost $20,000. I went to $5,000, and then I realized what I should have purchased was, camera over here, VOO. VOO are the 500 largest companies in America. The 500 largest, bless you, the 500 largest back then aren't the same 500 largest now. And if I would have just put my $25K into VOO instead of buying all these meme stocks, all these internet stocks that were just, you know, there's a coffee company that put .com at the end of their name, and it wasn't Starbucks, and they raised a bunch of money. It was like a .com bubble. If I would just put 25,000 just in VOO, I'd have today 2.5 million. This is a 10,000 10,000% increase. So a $25,000 investment today in VOO could yield 25 million in 25, 30 years. That's the reason why I want you all to start thinking about and learning about the stock market. And this is the reason why I try to get my sisters, the two that didn't invest, to invest. I created a virtual game. You all can join. Some of you said you're not. Some of you said you are. I don't care if you do. I don't care if you don't. It's about your experience. It's not going to change my life. So I took this 250 and I went down to 5,000. And then now I'm off probably, now turn that 5,000 into 500,000. So I've missed out on $2 million. Any question? Yeah, it's still good, but it's not as good as it could have been. Any other questions? Where did I get the $25,000 from? I've always have been entrepreneurial. When I started out working, I was working at this company called American Diabetes Association. They had these really old PCs like the ones in here, but they were selling them for $50 each. I could sell them on the open market for about $500 at the time. They had these printers that were twice as big as that printer. They sold that to me for $50 each. They just wanted to get rid of them. They wanted to get some money for them. So the reason why I teach entrepreneurship, and you need to be able to recognize opportunities, is because I took and ran an ad in the Washington Post. It was a little line item that cost $60. I bought 30 of those PCs, and I sold them all. And then I was like, oh, I think I can do this as a business. So then I started Astral Computer Corporation, and then I sold to companies part-time. I was just very honest. I said, look, I work as a consultant in Virginia during the day. I will come and work and install your computers in the evening. I was just honest. They liked me. And then they started buying 10 grand per month from me. So I was able to put some money aside Because I've learned early on that if you don't grow money, if you don't send money to work, then you always will have to continue to go to work. So I don't want to have to work. I want to choose when I work, where I work, and how I work. So I took that money, I was like, I'm going to invest this in the stock market because I'm always thinking about growing money. I have a financial mindset. I understand business, I understand the stock market, I understand the real estate market. I also did that with houses. I bought multiple houses with some of the money that I've earned. Questions? Did I answer your question?
Do you ever do Forex trading?
Forex trading? No. And if anybody invites you to pay $250 a month to come be on their downline, I would run away from them. Because most people who do Forex don't understand regular trading. Regular trading in the stock market is very difficult. Forex trading, when you're looking at international differences between money, the exchange rate between the British pound or the pound and the dollar, or the yen and the pound, or the euro, excuse me, that's very, very difficult. And all you're doing is paying for someone's upline so that they can get more people in so that they can make money. No one makes money off of Forex trading. What they do is they make money off of the training that you are supposed to get. I mean, I've seen people Forex trade, they're making $5, but they're paying $250 a month for the training. So there's training in Forex, but no one really knows how to do it. No one really makes any money. And then there's the trading side. You don't make any money off the trading. People make money by bringing more people into their downline.
Have you ever invested in cryptocurrency?
I do have Bitcoin. So the question was, have I invested in cryptocurrency? So basically, I put a 0.05% of my net worth into Bitcoin. Like less than 1%. Because I'm looking at NFTs right now. I had a student do a presentation on non-fungible tokens. It uses the blockchain technology.
Those little cards that they have to do showcases on?
No, non-fungible tokens are like trading cards, except they're digital. They can be a digital picture, they can be an audio clip or a video clip. Did I answer your question? So yes for Bitcoin. I don't do Litecoin. I don't do Dogecoin. I just read about an article about this guy on Coinbase, and him and his wife had $1 million, and he received a check on Coinbase, and it was in Bitcoin. He had 10, 20, whatever equals $1 million at Bitcoin's current rate. He received this text message. He said that somebody logged into your Coinbase account. He clicked on it, and then it changed his Coinbase account two-factor authenticator to that person, whoever sent him the text message. They wiped out his entire Bitcoin account. And Coinbase said that it wasn't their problem. You did something wrong, and they didn't replace his $1 million. It's on CNBC. You can go look at it. Go.
My friend bought a $250 NFT, and he sold it for like $200,000 because it became like more popular. And it's also like I saw this thing that someone bought like a really, really expensive NFT, and it paid off because if you buy, it's called like a yacht club NFT. If you buy one, then you're invited to like these parties where people like, I don't know, it's like, and then you can meet people and bring relations and just like do business or stuff, so it really paid off for him.
Okay, so he said that, you couldn't hear, he said that a friend paid $200 and sold an NFT for $200,000. So that's the reason why I'm looking into them. But what I told somebody who was sharing with the presentation about NFTs is that they should create NFTs for Wilson. Wilson Moments. Any other questions? Yeah, go. All right, you can stop that. Thank you. Go.